8:35 now, and the Manchester Road Race is 1 week from today. But the annual event that we know so well and love isn't just about running. Every year, the Manchester Road Race teams up with the American Red Cross to put on a blood drive the day after the race. And this year is more critical than ever as the state and country continue to deal with a severe blood shortage. And that donated blood, it's not only used in trauma situations, it's also used to help families with loved ones who are fighting chronic illnesses or diseases like sickle cell and cancer. Joining us right now is Rebecca Boncato. She knows all too well just how important blood drives like the one next week are. Rebecca, good morning. Thanks so much for being with us and sharing your story.
Thanks for having me today.
Well, Thanksgiving and the Manchester Road Race are next Thursday, November 25th. Thanksgiving, of course, it's important to a lot of us, but this day, November 25th, holds much more significance to you and your daughter, Joey. Talk about why that date will always stick out in your mind.
Yeah, so November 25th was the day my then 6-year-old was diagnosed with leukemia. So this year will be her 1-year anniversary from her diagnosis. We thought she just had strep throat, brought her to her pediatrician who was clued in enough to know something was wrong. We had blood work and a diagnosis in 12 hours. So on 11/25, November 25th, we're actually going to have a party to celebrate her 1 year since diagnosis.
Wow. Now, talk about how the blood donations play into Joey's treatment that she gets quite frequently.
Yeah, so leukemia treatment in kids is right around 3 years long. When we entered Connecticut Children's Medical Center, we were immediately brought up to the PICU because her blood counts were so low. They needed to stabilize her before they could even begin to talk about treating her cancer. So blood cancers specifically, the patients often need multiple blood transfusions. She had a dozen blood transfusions in our first, I think, 72 hours at Connecticut Children's. So before they could even put in a port for chemotherapy or even talk about chemo, they had to stabilize her and her blood. So she has received countless transfusions over the last year.
Now, Rebecca, I'm looking at your Facebook page that you've set up for Joey. I love it. Mighty Joe Conquers Leukemia. It's a great way to stay on top of her progress, Joey's progress. And it looks like she is coming so far. But without those transfusions, without her chemo, that wouldn't be possible, right?
No, absolutely. So I think I, like a lot of people, thought that blood donations were really important for car accidents and when women give birth, but I never considered how integral they were as for a cancer patient. She literally cannot receive chemotherapy if her counts are too low. And not receiving the chemotherapy means the leukemia can come back, especially in really long treatments. So for patients like her, the blood transfusion comes first. That is the first level before we can even begin to worry about how to treat the other issues that are going on. So her chemo literally stops when her counts are low until a transfusion can happen and get her counts up to where she can even tolerate the chemotherapy.
I think looking at the pictures of Joey that we've been seeing the last minute or so is enough to convince anybody to give blood. But what would you say to someone who is watching, who may still be hesitant to give?
It's a super simple process, and it's a process that can save so many people's lives. I think a lot of us give and then we get busy, and, it wasn't on the forefront of my mind until she got sick again. And now I go. There's an easy app. You can get reminders, set up your appointments all online. I don't like talking on the phone. I don't like people calling me. So it's super easy. But there's a shortage of blood, and these kids and these families are relying on you to do it. We literally can't save our kids' lives if you don't go out there and donate blood. And it's simple and it's fast and it's mostly painless. And I know a lot of people that have done it for the first time since Joey got sick just to help and commented on how easy it was. So we need you. So please donate blood, especially this holiday season when you're looking at giving. It's a really easy way to give, and you're literally saving people's lives.
Absolutely. For anyone watching, if you're still on the fence, I urge you to go to Joey's Facebook page, Mighty Joe Conquers Leukemia, and just look at the progress that she has made through her treatment and all the special experiences she has been able to have because she has gotten better. Rebecca, thanks so much for being with us and sharing this story. It's really important to get the word out there.
Thank you again.
Thanks again. And just a reminder for folks at home, the Manchester Road Race Committee is teaming up with the Red Cross to sponsor the 35th annual Ray Crothers Blood Drive. It's going to be held again the day after Thanksgiving from 8:30 in the morning until 4:30 in the afternoon. It's going to be at the gym at Manchester High School. Everyone who donates a pint of blood will receive a Manchester Road Race t-shirt. Of course, that's just a perk of knowing that you may have helped save somebody's life. Walk-in donors are welcome, but appointments are encouraged, and you can make them by heading to our website, fox61.com.